Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Dr. Mazwani. So today our group will presenting our game development presentation. So which is our game is BIO-VANGUARD. So before we start, I would like to introduce my team member, which is first one is Hafiz, which is me, and also Adiba, Iqbal, Amirul, and Khalida. So first of all, I will explain to you about our visual idea, which is for our game. So our game is based on active defense paradigm. So it was a top-down, a pixel art survival defense game instead of a passive text display. So in this game, the player are set inside a hospital room. Then it creates an immediate urgency and keeps player highly engaged as they actually control defense to protect the unconsciousness patient. So for the second slide is the 1.1, which is the interactive of BIO-VANGUARD. So we have 3 points, which is the direct control map, strategic positioning, and the active reflect loops. So for the first point, direct control map, we as a player allow a smooth movement using a keyboard, mouse, or a touch control, which is we can play this game using our laptop, tablet, phone, and also iPad. So the second point is strategic positioning. In strategic positioning, player must physically block incoming monster from reaching the bed, which is the our target, which is the person who we need to save. And then the lastly is active reflect loops, which is uh, it serve a positive storytelling or for active gameplay. So it can test our reflex and our spatial awareness. And then we go to the 1.2 fit, which is the feedback system, which is this is for the performance and performance HUD and metrics. So for this game we have a real-time tracking, which is at the top of the screen. As we can see, there are a display monitor survival metrics instead of using a traditional system point. And then we have also a direct consequences, which is defeating the monster protect your health while letting them through causes immediate damage. Now is for 1.3, which is our game elements. So we have three also, which is the syringe weaponry, the acrobat, and the eyeball thread. So for the syringe weaponry, we use a syringe as a main weapon because it fits the hospital team and the fire range and can be fire range projectile. And then the acrobat is a central holding spot for the unconscious patient, which is the main objective player must protect. And lastly, eyeball threat, which is the red viral monster that are flying toward the patient and must be stopped immediately. Lastly is 1.4 with progression system. So we have two, which is the internalized mastery loops and thematic menu design. So instead of point and leaderboard, web progression system reward pure survival, which is each clear wave automatically increase a virus number and speed, scaling the difficulty to your performance. And lastly, the thematic menu design, which is our menu is consistent purple and also pixel font and audio setting keep player immersed even during the quick game over and restart loops. So that's all for me. So I would like to pass my presentation to Muhammad Iqbal. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdul Hafiz. My name is Muhammad Iqbal bin Nasri. Now, I will take you through our graphic design. Our core theme reads two distinct words: military run and gun action meets clinical inside the body imagery. The concept here is to combine high-stake action with immersive, microscopic medical settings. Our main goal is to constantly reinforce the unique fight scene, the bloodstreams theme, but to do it cleanly without overwhelming the player during the intense gameplay. Because this is a fast-paced game, high-speed readability is crucial. We optimize the visual of instant tracking, allowing players to monitor their health and track target instantly at a single glance. Furthermore, our color and the layout ensure that unobstructed view, maintaining crystal clear visibility during combat without ever blocking the player line of sight. Finally, looking at our interface and environment layout, we are designed and exciting. Modern UI overlay that ground the game sci-fi tech feel to balance the intersection when we are desaturated battlefield, this clinical desaturated background design is highly intentional. It prevents player from getting drowned or distracted by the surrounding blood and blood vessel. So let's move on to the next slide. Moving on to our specific asset designs, let's look at how we execute our color choices and a spatial layout. First, let's talk about the color scheme on the left. Consistent base. We use a uniform dark navy purple background across all screen to immediate establish the clinical return. Minimalist UI. For the main menu, we opted for a stark, nearly black background with a crisp white pixel font text and to match the disturbing medical aesthetic. High contrast battlefield. During gameplay, we overlay a saturated magenta purple gradient interface over a mute, slate and navy combat arena. This guarantees the HUD element pop out perfectly. Strategic red cues. Finally, we strictly reserve the color red for high priority elements like virus enemy, health bar, and pickups. This allows player to instantly access threat without needing to read any text. Now, shifting over the layout and visual arrangement on the right side of the slide. High focus center. We intentionally keep the central space to clear to give a agent V1 room for intense multi-directional combat. Peripheral HUD to ensure the play area remain completely unobstructed, health and ammo bar span the very tops while the wave counter the place tucked away in the bottom left. Environmental frame and symmetry. The combat zone is isolated by brick and vent panel border, simulated a tight tunnel-like capillary corridor. Structurally, the patient hospital bed anchor the center, flanked symmetrically by defensive sentries turrets on the board's left and right side. Instant readability. While mobile virus enemy drift freely around the map, overhead a red health bar ensure that player can instantly charge the prioritized threat during the chaotic wave. Thank you. I will pass it to the next speaker.
For the knowledge component, for our game, which is BIO-VANGUARD, it combines several gameplay that work together to create an exciting survival-based action game. So the players will take on of the role of Agent V1, which is a specialized immune agent tasked with eliminating the contagion virus in a patient's bloodstream. So throughout the game, players must survive against the enemies, which are the various that are constantly spawning while navigating increasingly challenging waves. Moreover, this game combines storytelling, player interaction, movement mechanics, combat, and a wave-based progression system to provide an immersive gaming experience. So all these components encourage the players to develop quick reflexes, strategic movement, and continuous improvement while maintaining a high level of engagement and replayability. So the components are story, main menu, player character, movement controls, combat system, enemies with progression, health system, game over system, and HUD are the components that we are using for the Vanguard game. Next, for our project flow of BIO-VANGUARD, first the players will access the main menu before watching the story introduction, and after they click the play button, they will begin uh, play the game by controlling Agent V1 and surviving against waves of various enemies. And as each wave is completed, the game will automatically moving on to the next wave with the difficulty will increase. And if the player's health reaches 0, the game displays a main menu screen, and it will give the player option to whether restart the game or quit the game. And during the gameplay, players will continuously battle various enemies while avoiding damage. The game checks whether enemies remain in the current wave. Once all the enemies have been defeated, the player advances to the next step. So this process continues until the player is defeated, which will creating a continuous survival gameplay loop. So the main features of BioVanguard include the survival based gameplay, a wave progression system, real time combat, story driven mission, increasing the gameplay difficulty, and also give interactive player controls to improve. So these features work together to provide an enjoyable gaming experience while encouraging players to improve their survival skills and achieve higher wave completions for the next game.
We explain the content platform for our games. This game was developed using GDevelop, a no-code game engine that allows us to build games without writing any programming code. The game is hosted online through GD Game, which is GDevelop official publishing platform. This allows players to access and play the game directly through the provided link without needing to install any additional software. It runs smoothly on a Windows laptop, making it practical for classroom demonstration and project evaluation. In terms of features, BioVanguard supports shooter action gameplay, which is mechanics such as player movement, shooting, enemy spawning, and real-time health and score tracking. Controls are also flexible, supporting keyboard, mouse, and touch input. Overall, this platform not only meet the technical objective for our project, but also support gamification elements such as scoring system and survival basic challenges that help increase player engagement. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Adipaliana Betul Halim and I'm representing on final setup and the gameplay demo. So for the final setup, BioVanguard has been fully completed for the demo and has been tested before submission. So it was fully developed using GDevelop and published on gd.games for easy browser access. So on the browser, it is not only accessible through the PC or laptop, it is also very much accessible through mobile. All you need is just the link and you can play straight away. No need for additional software. So some features that have been included are the main menu, the story introduction, the player movement, shooting system, enemy spawning, wave progression, health system, game over system, and loop game, and also the enemy detection system where it hits the hitbox of the defense system. So the gameplay testing was done to improve the performance and stability, the play controls and responsiveness, collision detection, enemy behavior, and user interface clarity. So that is the final game, and after this, I will demo the gameplay demo for BioVanguard.
Now, I will demo on how to play the game BioVanguard. So first we have the main menu, we have the title, we have the play screen, the settings, and the quit button. For the settings, you go here and you can adjust the sounds, you can also adjust the music. Now we go back and we can start playing, and a cutscene or text will pop up about how the story is going, about how the character has been stuck in the hospital, and then there's monsters and what is their objective. So when you tap here, it automatically skips the scenes. So here is the player with syringe and also the bullets, or you say pills. So the main goal here is to just simply defeat the enemies and prevent them from going to the patients, because once, let's say here, the monsters immediately went through the patient, it will immediately restart the game and it will lead you to main screen indicating that the game is over. Thank you.